Rural America. From it springs so much of what we cherish as a people, our natural resources, and many of our cultural traditions and core values. Rural communities can draw upon broad and deep assets that have enriched us all. Yet many rural communities face daunting challenges to their health and vitality and have yet to feel the uplift our economy has generated elsewhere.
We just kind of see RCCI as a catalyst for change.
The people of the RCCI, the Rural Community College Initiative, believe in rural America. The RCCI is a network of rural community college leadership teams committed to honest self-assessment and the highest goals and expectations for students, for the college itself, above all, for the community. Our goal is to build the region's economies and increase educational opportunity for everyone. RCCI is committed to economic development and improved access to education, inextricably linked to equity and excellence. The following program is part of a video and print toolkit series designed to communicate the mission and the method of the RCCI, using community colleges to transform rural economies and the prospects of their people. Getting educated and getting a job, big parts of the American dream.
What is the value of your vehicle?
Meaningful employment is work that covers the bills, creates savings, and raises a family. Work with room for advancement and growth, enriching individual and community. Preparing people for meaningful employment is the goal of workforce development. It means working with the region's employers, employees, students, and the unemployed and agencies that serve them. Workforce development happens in a wide variety of ways, from custom designing highly specialized training programs to teaching workplace skills like computing, to helping with literacy and job interviewing skills. The results are that individuals improve their job skills and marketability, employers develop a more productive and competitive labor force, and the region gains the benefits of a developing economy, sustainable growth, better wages, and an improved standard of living. Workforce development takes place in the classroom or workplace, in high schools, through distance learning and online instruction. And America's community colleges have always been at the center of it.
Workforce development is part of the educational mission of most community colleges. The critical thing is the quality, the flexibility, and the quantity of the workforce development education we're able to provide, because we are faced, and community colleges are faced, with a rapidly shifting economy and rapidly shifting demographics, with aging people who need training and retraining often, with jobs that are being shipped overseas, downsized, while new jobs and new skills take their place.
Indeed, the forces acting on today's workplace are awesome. Technological advances, innovations, internet commerce, and globalization are creating an unprecedented demand for workers with new skills and abilities. These new positions generally pay well, requiring more than a high school diploma, but not a traditional four-year degree. Importantly, most of these jobs also mandate continued training and skills upgrading. The workforce is also larger than ever. Baby boomers comprise the bulk of the country's labor. They're aging, but still at work for the next quarter century or beyond. Combine this with government efforts to move people off welfare and children of baby boomers appearing in the workforce in numbers, and it adds up to an expansive labor pool, older and younger, in need of training and retraining. A labor pool that is coming to experience employment differently from their parents.
Job security used to mean where you worked, which employer. The person who had a job with General Motors or the United States government, with the military, with IBM, was set for life. Now all of those employers and every employer is in constant flux. People are being laid off, new people are being hired, new skills are required, and job security today depends on the assets you have to sell in the labor market. It depends more on what you can carry in your mind than what you can carry on your back.
An economy demanding more skilled technical workers and large numbers of workers in need of instruction and training. This frames the challenge for America's community colleges, providing more and better workforce development than ever before. But what does all this really mean for colleges in distressed rural areas? In places where there are few high-tech employers, scarce resources, high illiteracy and unemployment, and many low-skill, low-wage jobs. It means that workforce development efforts, as part of a larger regional economic development plan, are more important than ever. It means that the whole region must come together to collaborate, pool resources, and vision beyond old development strategies that are steadily losing effectiveness.
For rural areas, the criteria for economic development used to be what you can extract in natural resources and ship out: coal, cotton, crops. It also depended on cheap land, cheap labor, cheap taxes, cheap energy to attract new industry to a rural area. Today, those criteria have changed. The criteria today, the number one criteria, is a trained or trainable workforce. That is the most important ingredient in economic development.
Now, some of you have done this before.
Community colleges have often been leaders in designing and providing workforce education. The RCCI encourages colleges to address both sides of the workforce equation, employers as well as the labor pool. Colleges should proactively engage regional employers to learn what they need from their workforce, share new workforce development ideas, and generate new thinking on economic development. The rural schools should also vigorously reach out to all the region's people, from those that are well employed yet hoping to further advance, to those who most need a hand up.
You have doctors, lawyers, and stuff like
As
that?
RCCI leadership teams assess their region's workforce, they must balance the opportunities and barriers to more effective workforce development. For example, colleges help prepare students for skilled jobs through vocational and degree or diploma programs. But these programs are expensive to launch and operate. How can resource-poor rural community colleges keep their technical programs up to date? Colleges provide training for new and existing businesses, from basic literacy skills to technical skills for the high-performance workplace. But rural regions often have few of the larger employers that usually support these services. When state and federal funding are lacking, how do colleges provide area businesses with training needed to develop a modern workforce? Community colleges are sources of skills and hope for the unemployed, including dislocated workers and those chronically outside the workforce. But such training, again, is expensive. And as changes in welfare laws move more underserved populations into the workforce, not to mention plant closings, the challenge can overwhelm the modest resources of rural community colleges. Finally, many colleges are working to reduce the fragmentation of services and information that can undermine workforce development. They're revisioning themselves as their region's one-stop employment and training center, bringing together the services of multiple agencies that connect people with jobs. But while one-stop centers have enormous potential as models for the new century, they also require high levels of inclusiveness, coordination, and cooperation to start up and progress effectively. Different regional economies demand different workforce development strategies. Where prospects for manufacturing growth are slim, there's a need for an approach based more on nurturing entrepreneurship. But rural America is full of good examples of communities and their colleges creating effective workforce programs to help provide people with meaningful employment so that they and their families can enjoy a better quality of life. In this program, we'll visit Southwest Texas, where a junior college has put new emphasis on workforce development efforts to an enthusiastic regional response. And in rural eastern North Carolina, we'll see a one-stop employment center that uses high-performance tactics to provide services to the region's job seekers and businesses.
You're looking at a Cessna Citation, a high-performance private jet, the kind used by large corporations, entrepreneurs, government agencies, and rock stars. These men work on the Cessnas, performing modifications that improve on the plane's original design, making the jets faster, safer, more maneuverable. Such modifications are in hot demand. Many of these men are also community college students or recent graduates, like Frank Clara.
We have to learn the airplane from the ground up, riveting, drilling, putting new panels on the side of the airplane, installing engines, stuff like that.
Frank and his co-workers aren't in Seattle, Kansas, or California, traditional hubs for the aerospace industry. They're in Uvalde, Texas, 80 miles west of San Antonio and less than an hour from the Mexican border. About 15,000 people call Uvalde home, and importantly, so does Southwest Texas Junior College. The school's main campus in Uvalde and 2 outreach centers in the border towns of Del Rio and Eagle Pass are the area's only option for post-secondary education. 75% of the region's population is Hispanic, with a median income less than half the state average. Unemployment is high, over 20% in some places. Be that as it may, the vast region holds many assets, and Southwest Texas Junior College is one of them. Southwest Texas's primary focus has been college transfer, which it does well, with one of the highest transfer rates in the state, sending students on to many four-year schools. But the RCCI, with its dual goals of access and sustainable economic development, has challenged the school in new ways, like in the area of workforce development.
Well, Southwest Texas Junior College had never been greatly involved in workforce training. Well, it seems like we had primarily focused on our transfer program and then about 13 vocational programs that we had put in place.
But we didn't have a program, and we did not really search, proactively go out and look to see what was needed and wanted in the community and then gear up to provide that.
For years, Southwest Texas has offered vocational programs such as auto mechanics, air conditioning and refrigeration, and child development. These courses are very important, but alone they aren't the material to cultivate an educated, flexible workforce, a prime ingredient for transforming the regional economy. The college is realizing its mandate.
Elsa, hi. This is Romelia.
Romelia Aranda is a Southwest Texas native, a successful businesswoman, and once a student at Southwest Texas Junior College. She now represents a new capacity for the school, a workforce development effort.
The college had envisioned a person to be the catalyst between the college and the business community. The college has provided the opportunity to a lot of businesses to be able to upgrade their skills, to progress, and hopefully promote economic development.
Yes, may I speak to Yolanda Garza?
Romelia oversees the Office of Business and Industry, established with modest expectations but surprising results. In its first 3 years, it generated over 125,000 contact hours, serving nearly 3,000 people and over 80 businesses. The office became self-sufficient within its first 2 years. Its clients include Allied Signal, H-E-B Stores, the largest supermarket chain in Texas, and several financial institutions.
Good morning, my name is Fernando Rodriguez and I work as a business unit manager.
Management training for companies on both sides of the border is also becoming an important part of the office's work. There's also training for nurse's aide, emergency medical technician, truck drivers, and occupation-specific math courses. Many of the courses offered involve computer skills, which are always in high demand. Most of the courses are short, inexpensive, and made to fit around work schedules, offered in classrooms and the workplace.
Most of the people that come to the courses that we offer are looking for a particular skill, not necessarily a full college course. They may not have the time. They may need to learn the skill as quickly as possible, because when a business asks for changes, you've got to be able to do them. And you've got to be able to adjust. And I think the fact that I was in business and understood that has helped.
The overwhelming response to workforce development initiatives shows the junior college it's filling an important void, helping the region's people and businesses. One might even say the sky's the limit. Southwest Texas Junior College's history is tied to aviation. The Uvalde campus was originally a World War II flying school. The airstrip is still adjacent to the school and quite active.
You can roll the aircraft onto your about 55-degree bank.
Since the 1960s, the college has offered flight instruction. One former student of those flight courses is Mark Hofstadler. Today, Mark is president of Sierra Industries, the same company that performs modifications on the Cessna jets.
The modifications that we do are synonymous with patents. The FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, grants the certificate holder exclusivity. So in essence, I have a monopoly. Anyone around the world wanting my product has to come to me.
Sierra is located across the airstrip from the junior college. From humble beginnings, the firm has excelled to be listed as one of Inc. magazine's fastest-growing small businesses. Planes come from around the world to be serviced at Sierra in increasing numbers. With this growth comes needs and challenges, especially in rural Texas.
The cost of living is lower, the cost of doing business here is lower. On the other side, trying to attract skilled workers to Uvalde has been very difficult. We have essentially two options when it comes to attracting people to our workforce. One is, of course, to go out and scout all the metropolitan areas and try to find skilled workers with experience and attract them to Uvalde. The other option is to try to grow our own people, train our own people.
When you're working on an aircraft, I don't care how long you're in this business. When that thing pops, you're going to jump.
Sierra's needs provided a perfect opportunity for the Office of Business and Industry. In collaboration with Sierra and utilizing a grant from the Texas Workforce Commission, the new office helped design a short course in the basics of aviation mechanics. Half the instruction is classroom, the other on the floor of Sierra, preparing the Southwest Texas residents for entry-level positions in the aerospace industry.
The student gets out of it, first of all, a career that he can actually plan and base his life on. It's a lifelong job. Some of these students have only had a job, seasonal work. They've been migrant workers. They've traveled all over the country working in the fields, and they just decided they want to stay home here in South Texas. They want to make a living for themselves. They've got a job now with benefits and a good company to work for in Sierra Industries.
The college and Sierra hope this short-term training course is the first step in developing a program to fully train and certify airframe and power plant mechanics, giving Sierra the technicians it needs to grow and providing needed, well-paying jobs for the regional economy. Jobs like the one Frank Lara values.
I love it. I mean, I love getting up. I get here early, and I'm in no hurry to go home. I really enjoy it. All my friends say, wow, you got a good job. That's the best employer in town.
The course in aviation mechanics has given Frank an opportunity to stay where he wants to be, in South Texas with his family.
Well, first one, that one place we did the last time.
Frank grew up the son of migrant farm workers. He was the first in his extended family to graduate high school, driven to get out of the onion fields.
I'm the one who wanted to, succeed. I didn't want to be working in the fields anymore. I couldn't afford college, and when that class was offered, I went for it. So all I asked is they would provide more classes like this. That way, more people that are in the community can get that one extra step that they might need to advance themselves.
Few community colleges have jet modification companies in their backyards, but every region has things to build on. A school should actively survey area businesses to determine what they need to become more productive and competitive. The story at Southwest Texas Junior College is one of a school adapting to better serve its region. By implementing focused workforce development initiatives where there were none, the school has joined many other rural community colleges that believe cultivating an educated, flexible workforce should be central to their mission. The overall goal is building a stronger economy and improving the quality of life for the people of the region.
There weren't bites today, but I think maybe next time. Yeah. Next time we'll go down there.
Southwest Texas Junior College continues to build on a great start to its workforce programs. In North Carolina, a community college continually improves on a successful strategy to consolidate workforce development resources.
Columbus County in southeastern North Carolina's coastal plain is like many rural regions across the country. There is natural beauty, strong family ties, and a feeling of community. Agriculture and textiles once provided a livelihood for many, but those jobs are steadily vanishing, and along with them, the ability to make a living with a decent-paying, low-skilled job. Gradually, the county's economic base is shifting to small manufacturing firms and service sector businesses, creating jobs that require new skills from a workforce that is traditionally hard-working, but in general, undereducated, underskilled, and underemployed. To meet the challenges created by the changing economy, the people of the county need new strategies.
Well, we have a great need in this community for education and professional training, retraining. We have a lot of people that have lost their jobs and have worked in that position for a long time and needed to be retrained. So we felt like that we needed to come up with a solution to serving these people better.
As in other distressed regions, many agencies are charged with providing services to the workforce and the unemployed. But the more services and programs there are, the more difficult it becomes for individuals to understand what's available and to make informed decisions about their best options. Likewise, it becomes a challenge for the many agencies to coordinate their services and negotiate turf issues. In Columbus County, a group of partners, including Southeastern Community College, decided to try something new.
There's a great need in Columbus County for change. We've been doing things the same way for years, and if you're going to get new results, you've got to do things differently. And for us, the JobLink Career Center was the way to bring those resources together to meet the needs of our people.
The JobLink Career Center was conceived in the early 90s. It is located at the community college and states its mission as to utilize all employment and training resources to develop a well-trained, qualified, and diverse workforce.
We're trying to find out if this customer might be out.
Doing this means putting many services under one roof and developing new ways of working together. Teresa Triplett is director of the JobLink Center.
The whole concept behind JobLink is that there is this wide array of agencies, programs, and services. But it's our goal to put all of these things together to offer seamless services for all of our customer groups. And our job has been to try to formulate a structure so that we're doing all of that behind the scenes, so that the end result is that people go to work, people find jobs, and that there are more jobs available because our business community is getting the employees that they need.
In essence, JobLink seeks to be a one-stop shop where job seekers and employers can easily identify and obtain the services they need as provided by the college and a number of partnering agencies. The college is designated the lead agency for the center. It directs the day-to-day operations and provides core staff and facilities.
Are you familiar with this area?
Agencies whose services are administered through the center provide full or part-time staff, as well as empowering JobLink personnel to carry out their programs. In all, JobLink is a massive collaborative effort. Workforce development councils, businesses and business organizations, school systems, social services, the college, several governmental agencies at the local, state, and federal levels, nonprofits and community organizations are all partners in the endeavor.
All right, well, we look forward to working with you.
Okay.
Customer service is the heart of JobLink. The focus is on the client. The center holds itself to the high standards of the Malcolm Baldrige quality criteria. The Baldrige criteria are utilized internationally by business and industry to ensure overall performance excellence, including total quality customer service. Services provided by the center are organized into 3 broad categories: career information, career planning, and career placement. For job seekers, the services are delivered in 3 modes: self-service, staff-assisted, and case management.
Self-service is using the career resource room where people can come in and have a wide range of services that they can use all by themselves. Then we also have staff who are in and around so that if someone needs a little bit of help, they need help looking over a resume before it's typed, or they need a little bit of help on how do I get into the internet or use these services. And then we have trained master's level counselors who are able to sit down with a person and do intensive help, everything from getting them financial assistance all the way through their training process.
While JobLink's many services include welfare benefits and other important social service needs, the focus is on employment. Services the center provides job seekers include career counseling and employment readiness assessment, short-term and long-term skills training, literacy programs, job placement and follow-up, and transportation and child care assistance. Employers find, among other things, customized training programs, training facilities, the latest information on labor market and employment trends, interview facilities, and of course, a qualified pool of job applicants. JobLink's Resource Center includes computers that are online with a number of employment services and that are used for composing resumes, cover letters, and other correspondence. Also, there's a reference library providing a variety of career-related information in print and on videotape. Andrea Freeman came to JobLink not sure what services she was looking for. A high school graduate, Andrea had recently become a single mother. She had few marketable skills and was out of school, out of work, but wanting to improve her prospects.
When I had my daughter, that kind of changed my viewpoints. Like I said, I wasn't taking anything serious. And when I got that wake-up call, it got me to settle down. I decided to come back out of school, and JobLink just offered a lot that could help me.
She came in looking for a job, but in the process of talking with the counselor, realized that she really wanted more training. And so she went into one of our short-term skills training that taught her a little bit about using computers. And then we helped her find a part-time job at a new business that was opening. After the initial computer class, she decided she wanted to go into the nursing field and went on into becoming a nursing assistant. And we provided through JTPA money for tuition, books, and fees, and helped her out with transportation and child care. We then made a referral and helped her get a job at the hospital. So she kept her telemarketing job and was working both of them part-time. She's going to continue her training and maybe eventually would love to become an RN. She's a great success story.
Find out what kind of diet the patient is on.
As Andrea continues with her work and training, she moves up what JobLink calls the ladder of success. Because there are so many low-skill, low-paying jobs in the region, along with a large number of underskilled workers, most job seekers will start at the bottom of this ladder. JobLink helps them go to work first, often at minimum wage, and then provides training and support as they move up the ladder to self-sufficiency. The JobLink Center adopts a similar philosophy regarding its own growth and improvement.
The JobLink system, the one-stop system, is a work in progress. We'll never be finished with them. We can never close the door and put the ribbon on and say we're done. As things change, we have to design a process that can change very easily to changing local economic conditions, to changing federal legislation, for example, with the Workforce Investment Act. How will that impact on the JobLink system? How will we change our customers' needs? As our customers get used to a certain level of basic needs, I think they're going to demand more and more services. And so how do we continually respond and keep our customers happy, which is one of our challenges and one of our foundations.
Years of work have gone into making Columbus County's JobLink a model of comprehensive workforce services, both for individuals and employers. Many challenges come along with the coordination of numerous agencies and services, as well as with helping the community advance its workforce and economic development agendas. It's not easy work, but the region is enjoying gradual progress towards an economy with more skilled and better paying jobs, providing meaningful employment and a better quality of life for its people.
The content of workforce development has shifted. It still includes the capacity to be literate, to read, to write, to compute. But just as important today is being able to do statistical process control, to communicate, to work in teams, to work and function, in other words, in this modern, complex economy.
Successful workforce preparation is site-specific, growing out of analysis and practice. A good model in one place isn't guaranteed to work everywhere, but thriving workforce programs, wherever found, tend to be flexible and responsive, designed to best meet the diverse needs of the workforce customer, individuals and employers. Cost-effective for these customers. Accountable. Programs must be evaluated to make sure they're delivering the right results. And fully supported. When college leadership at the highest levels is committed to workforce development as a core part of the school's mission, quality programs follow.
Okay, Hector.
We've seen in this video how effective and important workforce programs are to a region.
Sometimes if you look at your rural areas, you can begin to see a trend start.
How important it is for a college, as one of many partners, to work with the region's employers and people, making workforce efforts a prime component of regional economic planning and action. The goal is to better support all employers and build sustainable businesses that provide good jobs, jobs that pay well enough for self-sufficiency, providing meaningful employment to the region's people, so that they may enjoy and invest in the life and vitality of the area.